tell you a story of my first Valentine's date, so I hope you like it. So my first Valentine's date was last Valentine's Day, and it was with my first boyfriend, and I was really nervous. I didn't have anything to wear, so I made my mom go out with me the day of and find a dress, and it took me literally like 3 hours because I was so nervous and I didn't know where we were going and what we were doing, so I didn't know how to dress appropriately. But then I found my dress, and it was like this black dress, and it was really short and it was tight. And I had this jean jacket like shirt over top of it, and I crisscrossed it to make it look a little bit less hookery. And then I think I wore just like plain old black shoes with it. So he came over, and of course my mom wanted to take pictures because it was my first Valentine's date. And then we left and we walked to Chili's, and that was horrible because I was extremely cold. It was windy, my hair was getting all messed up, and I had like zero clothes on my body, so I was freezing. And then when we finally got to Chili's, it was packed, and so we sat down and waited, and we had like a bunch of couples that were like around us, and they were like totally kissy and like making out. And then we saw some people from school, and it was weird because it was really only our second date, so we were still starting to like get to know each other and like test out the waters. And then we finally get called to our table, and we're looking at the menu, and I didn't really know what to order because, you know, people say like you don't want to order something that'll make you messy or like something that's not ladylike. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get a salad. So then we ordered, and we kind of had like random conversations. It was kind of awkward because I was nervous and I think he was a little nervous, and so we kind of just had random conversation, like, I don't know, it was weird. And then our food came, and we ate our food, and he was like, "Do you want dessert?" And I was like, "No, I don't really want dessert." And then so he paid the bill, which was to be expected, and then we left and we walked back to my house. And I was like, "So what do you want to do?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know, whatever you want to do." And I was like, "Okay, well, do you want to watch a movie? We could watch like a Valentine's Day movie." And he was like, "Yeah, sure, okay." So we sit on the couch and we pick a movie. I don't remember what movie it was, but then I was like, "Oh, I'm really cold." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm cold too." And I was like, "Do you want a blanket?" And then he was like, "Yeah, a blanket would be nice." And so I got up and I got a blanket. Then we sat like parallel on the couch, and like I was like on my side and he was like on his, I don't know, on his back, I guess. But that was like the first time that we like actually like cuddled kind of, and so I didn't really know what to do. So I was just like letting him like take the lead because it was my first time doing it. So we're watching the movie, and you can like tell that he's not very interested in it because he like keeps looking over to me, and he kept like giving me like random kisses on my head and stuff. So I looked at him and he looked at me, and then he like kissed me, and then that lasted for like a little bit. And then somehow, sometime, I don't remember when, but I fell asleep. The movie was still on. I fell asleep, and then I guess he fell asleep too, and my mom was out of the house. She was doing something, I don't know what. My phone somehow got stuck like between the cushions in the couch, and so I couldn't hear my phone, and his phone was on silent, so we couldn't hear his phone either. And so all of a sudden the front door opens, and my mom comes in, and she's fuming. She is so mad. I don't think I've ever seen her so upset. She comes in and she's yelling at me. She's like, "Why haven't you answered your phone? I have been calling you for half an hour and you haven't answered your phone. And I called his phone too and he hasn't answered." And meanwhile, I'm like laying on top of him like sleeping. And she's like, "Look at your phone." And I looked at my phone, and I literally had like 5 missed calls and texts from her because she was wondering how I was doing and I wasn't answering my phone. So she got really worried. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was asleep. I swear I was asleep. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize." And so he left. My mom made him leave, and my mom went into her room, and I followed, and I was like, "Mom, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I swear I was asleep. I was asleep. Please believe me." And she was like, "Okay, I believe you, but make sure you have your phone on you at all times, and make sure you can hear it, and make sure his phone is always on sound and not on vibrate." And I was like, "Okay, okay, okay." And so she forgave me, but like the next few times afterwards, I always made sure I had my phone right next to me and that I could hear it at all times. And so everything turned out just peachy. But yeah, that's my story on my first Valentine's date. I hope you liked it. Let me know if you want any more stories on my dates that I've been on, the very few. And I hope you have a good Valentine's Day. I will be forever alone, just me sitting on the couch watching Netflix and wishing that I had a Valentine. Be aggressive, B-E aggressive, B-E-A-G-G-R, yes, it's I-V-E. Woo!